I'm going to hit a rant right now because I'm not in the mood to do one. I really don't even have a topic. So as I'm introducing this video, having just left the track Saturday, High Rocks preps continue. So I just did a 3 mile at the track. Relatively simple pace because I think I'm going to do a full High Rocks tomorrow, so I don't want to be in shambles tomorrow. So just get the endurance run in, 3 miles down. And because I'm not in the mood to do a rant, let's give you one. So, because that's kind of the point. When you don't want to do something, you need to have the discipline to do it. And so, just coming to mind now, let's simply talk about the beta you versus the alpha you, okay? For years, I was a beta version of myself, a lesser me. I was physically unimpressive. I was physically incapable, physically weak. I was not the best version of myself. Why? You may have seen some of the other videos, some of the other content, but I fell off the wagon of fitness, okay? Maybe you've done the same. Maybe you haven't even gotten on the wagon. Fitness was always a part of my life, and then I kind of just lost it. If you haven't seen that rant, I lost my motto. Check that one out. It explains the story in more depth, but we're not going to go into that again because we've already done it. When you are not implementing weights and cardio and food, you are physically a lesser version of yourself. When you are not implementing weights, cardio, and food, you are mentally a lesser version of yourself. I, for a number of years, was not the optimal me. I was not the super me. I was a beta me. I wasn't working out consistently, frequently, any of that. No, barely weights, basement workouts, which are trash for me. They're distracting, they're short, and barely any cardio, and then eating and drinking like I didn't give an F, right? So drinking frequently as much as I wanted, being hungover, eating all kinds of junk and trash and processed food and pesticides-filled food, and just not caring about brands and sourcing, which is immensely important. If you haven't followed my content at all yet, that's what I preach because it is a game changer. But when you're not putting the work into yourself, you are literally a beta version of you. You're not an alpha. You're weaker. You're not as capable. You do not have the performance abilities that you would if you were putting in the effort. And you are simply just lacking and lagging every single day because you're unwilling to make sure that even if you're doing great things in other aspects of your life, that's not to say you can't be successful in many other things and in all else, but you're holding yourself back from being a complete package, a full whole you. Why don't you want to be the full package? Why didn't I want to be the full package? I just mentally lost it and didn't care. And finally, it started to come back to me and it was clicking and I was like, oh my God, I'm literally not even all else fit. I'm literally not even in shape. I'm literally a beta version of myself. I'm no alpha. Sure, I might be getting other things done in my life, but I can still make the time to add health and fitness and still crush those things. I'm making excuses. And being the beta version of myself, it started to weigh on me. Once it started to click in my head that that's what I was, it dragged me down. It hurts your confidence. It hurts your comfortability. It hurts your capabilities. It simply holds you back. It holds you back from being the super you. And I know I've said that before. If you've seen other rants, if you've seen other content, I talk about the super version of yourself. It's so capable when you physically put in the work, time, and effort into you, into who you should be when you're fulfilled at an optimal level, right? And I was not that. I was unimpressive, okay? And in looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, what even is that? You're skinny, fat, out of shape. It's terrible. And since it began to weigh on me, I then realized I simply need to at least try. I need to just start taking action, okay? The other kicker was realizing that even physically, okay, I can tell, no good. But on the inside, when I got my blood test results from my life insurance exam to get a good policy in place for the best possible monthly price, it told me, you ain't that good, brother. You got to chill out with the drinking. You got to watch what you're eating. And so when you decide to take action, you put into motion alpha you, okay? I've said this before. You need to rip the super you out of your chest because everyone has super you, super them inside. They just cover it up with a bunch of shit. Beta you covers it up by just simply doing nothing. But when you start to take action, you slowly uncover it. And suddenly, one day, you just rip super you out and you present super you to the world because super you is who you need to be giving to the people in your life. Yes, it's of course better for you to be the better you. But the people in your life, you're holding that back from them. Why would you give them beta you? Why do they want shitty version you? Okay, yes, again, you could be successful in other avenues, but why can't they get the whole package, the complete package? Give them that if you don't at least care to give it to yourself. And good news, yourself and them will both get it when you do it. You need to implement these practices if you really want to get rid of beta you. That means weights, that means cardio, and that means food. The correct food, whole foods, not necessarily grocery store, whole foods, foods that are whole. Grocery Guide does take you straight to Whole Foods though. It's the best hookup. You literally do no work. You click, you buy, it arrives, you eat, you get jacked. But your whole foods mixed with your correct exercise and cardio, Alpha U is literally just pending. Alpha U is ready to implode from inside Beta U, okay? You need to let it out. The more alpha us's we have running around, the better the world will be because the Alpha U is simply just a better person. A better person, a better you in the world does better things around you in the world, okay? You start doing things that are better for other people, for the enterprises and businesses and establishments, and just the aura of the better you starts to rub off on people. You start to inspire. You start to motivate. You start to help. So if you are sick of the beta you and you can't seem to find your rhythm of keeping fitness and health consistent, or simply just making an attempt at it, this is your calling right now. This is the good Lord sending the message your way that it is your time and your day. And if you're not doing it at a good enough degree, stop holding yourself back from that even and level up. Step it up. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to work hard, to sweat, to feel tired and fatigued because you were grinding and hustling. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of a little bit of challenge and adversity physically. Welcome that. Because guess what? The more you do it, the easier it gets. And the higher the bar you set, you have to push even harder to then get that feeling. And guess what happens when that occurs? Super you. Super you is starting to grow, build, and expand. Don't hold Alpha you back because Beta you seems easy. It's not easy. In the long run, in the whole complete picture, it's not easier. It's worse. Guys, thanks for listening. Felt this one. I'm telling you, bring that Alpha you out. If you need help with your discipline and your motivation, and then pairing that with your food, again, I explained that food, that is literally so key. We did all the legwork. We vetted it out, made sure the brands and the sourcing were good and clean, and then we tested it for years. That's what we've been eating, and we've been able to transform. And then pairing that with, again, the weight exercises and the cardio exercises. If you need help with that whole package, it's so simple. It's not easy. It's just simple, okay? Let's get to work, man. Let's turn you into the savage, alpha, super you. You are meant to be in this world. With all else going on in life, guys, stay fit. Let's get it. Can't wait to hear from you. I'm serious. Fucking hit me up. Let's go. This is the message. This is the sign.